Hello everybody, this is Khaos, and I'm back with Feed the Beast. Now, today was going to be the episode where I activated the Twilight Forest portal over there and set up a quarry to mine right here in the water. But unfortunately, GregTech ruined the quarry for me. Still going to activate the Twilight Forest portal, and you can see I've been to the Nether recently. I had to get some glowstone for a future episode. But I can't create the quarry because thanks to GregTech changing the quarry recipe to require a diamond drill. Well, it turns out he also changed the diamond drill recipe to need a titanium ingot. Now, the only way to get a titanium ingot is by smelting a block of titanium, which I think that's a broken texture right there, or to get titanium nuggets, or to have an industrial blast furnace for titanium dust, which you get through using an industrial centrifuge on bauxite. It's one of the byproducts. So, unfortunately, I can't set up the quarry right now, but I have a few other plans. Now, first, I want to just dive a little bit more into IndustrialCraft. We've kind of reached the limit of what I can do with red power at the moment, until I feel like building a sorting system, which I don't quite know the sorting stuff well enough yet. So instead, you come over here to our episode goods chest, and you see I got a few things planned. That's for the Twilight Forest portal. This is for an MFE, and this is for a rolling machine, which is a Railcraft machine, but it's also utilized by some of the other items. So the first thing we're going to create is the rolling machine. And you'll see, and that's actually what the switch is here for, because it requires a buildcraft power, a bit of buildcraft power. Yeah, stumbling all over myself today. Anyway, didn't want to do that. You create a rolling machine like this: 4 iron ingots, 4 pistons, and a crafting table, and voila, you get a rolling machine. Now I set this up because I wanted to put the rolling machine right here, and we have an engine set up here. I did that just a few minutes ago off camera before I started recording. So I'm going to place that right here, and you can see it has a buffer for MJs. Now when I turn this switch, that starts going up, because I used some of this red alloy wire from Red Power to wire that switch up, because I didn't have the room to set it up down here with, with having this blue alloy cable connected to everything. And it's actually worked out good. I was worried I was going to have to move this cable, and it just didn't occur to me until I placed the engine that all this cable we already had set up would automatically connect. But anyway, you can see I've been pulverizing. I pulverized all the bauxite because I believe next episode I'm going to create an industrial centrifuge, but we need more power before we can do that. And a single generator is not going to do it for us. So instead, we're going to get set up to go geothermal power, which, thanks to a recent update with Forge, allowing liquids to be used across mods, I'm able to create a Railcraft tank, which I'll show you this right here. It's an iron tank wall and an iron tank gauge. The gauge, I believe, is optional. It's just for windows, but it's good to see what kind of liquid you got going on. But to create the wall, we need iron plates, which are created by 4 iron ingots. In a rolling machine, you get 3 iron plates. That's why we had to create the rolling machine. So we're going to come right here, and bam, as you can see, well, look at that. It's already created for us. Okay, hold on. Let's see, provide power to it. Okay, there it goes. Now it's going to start working. Okay, so it needs the power to be on to actually work. I did not know that. There we go. Create a few of those. Now the iron tank gauge is 4 iron plates and some glass panes. So we're going to get all that set up. And there's a lot of lava down below that I'm going to pump out either with Buildcraft pipes or with red power pumps. Now the red power pumps, I like the way they work a little bit better, and they're not very laggy like the Buildcraft pumps. Oh, get some water. Anyway, we're gonna have to create this iron plate. So we'll let that do its work. And let's see, it's nighttime. What can I do at night right now? Tell you what, I'm going to sleep and cut the episode for a minute. So there's no point in you guys watching me lay down to sleep. So I will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back and it's daytime. And you see the rolling machine still creating our iron plates. What we're going to do now is take this diamond and go over to our lovely Twilight Forest portal. Oh, you see we got some mobs out here burning. Let them do their thing and burn to death. Ooh, this little boy aggroed me already. Okay, there you go. Now he's dead. And we got a creeper. Let's go kill the creeper. That way he doesn't sneak up on me. You can see I've done a little bit of trim work out here, knocking trees down. Just because we needed some space. And this is going to be the IndustrialCraft building. You see I moved all the stuff out of the main building that we had. And we got a little basement here. Hopefully there's not monsters down here. No. Got a little basement so we can run all the wiring without it being seen. So, anyway, Twilight Forest portal. I've seen a lot of the Twilight Forest by watching other LPs, and I really like it because it's got hollow hills that are full of ores. But anyway, to activate, you set up a 4x4 pool of water, and you can put like any, like shrubbery or anything around it. I just did the flowers because I had them nearby. And you just toss a diamond in. And bam, lightning, and achievement get Twilight Portal. So real quick, we're not going to stay in very long. Let's jump in and go check out what we get. Look at that, downloading terrain, Twilight Arrival for another achievement, downloading terrain, get some water. Okay, this is taking a while. Okay, I'm going to cut for a second. Okay, we're back and had a very weird spawn in our Twilight Zone, right here in the middle of a pool of water. Well, in the middle of an ocean. So, I don't know quite why it generated like this, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's go ahead and, let's create a waypoint. That way I don't lose this oddly placed portal. M for a minimap. Add. Twilight Portal. Shazam. Let's go ahead and go swim over to land. And see what we got here. Now, there's one cool thing. The way the Twilight generates with all the other mods, you get some of the ores and stuff from the other mods in the Twilight Forest, which makes the hollow hills even more useful. And also, and I believe somebody just messaged me on Steam. Let me cut the recording first. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Had a friend asking me to play PlanetSide 2 in the middle of doing my recordings. So, I'm not going to worry about that. You also get some Thaumcraft stuff in here, I believe. I believe this is an obsidian pillar from Thaumcraft. I'm not entirely sure because I don't know the mod well enough. But yeah, you get all sorts of stuff. It's got its own mobs. It's got dungeons and everything. Like there's Lich dungeons and Minotaur mazes. It's insane the amount of stuff the Twilight Forest has. And I believe it also works as a Mistcraft dimension or Mistcraft age. We'll get into that eventually once I have the time to learn it. So, anyway, got some cool stuff here. I'm probably going to explore this a little bit off camera to try to find, some hollow hills and stuff for once we have a quarry, because you can mine them out with a quarry and get a lot of resources and avoid dying to all the monsters that spawn in them. Anyway, okay, with that, let's go ahead and run back to our portal and go home. And create our MFE and our Railcraft tanks. The world does not want to generate. God, it's so slow. It's probably just because I'm recording and trying to generate a massive world with all sorts of custom generation in the game. So let's go ahead to, once again, our very oddly placed portal and go home. There we go. Alright. Back, let the world regenerate around. This one doesn't take long because it's still in memory. I'm eventually probably going to create some chunk loaders to keep this area set up. So, especially with the Twilight Forest there, so it doesn't have to regen every time I start up again. let's see here. Let's go ahead and get the supplies for the MFE. Now, you need, for an MFE, you need 4 energy crystals, and I'll show you how to make those. You can do it with diamonds, but thanks to Red Power, you can also create them with rubies. Or that may be a Greg Tech thing. I'm not entirely sure. It's got those 2 different types of rubies, and Greg Tech adds its own rubies. But thanks to the ore dictionary, they're swappable. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab our supplies. Now for an MFE, let's see here. It's not there. Let me get the MFE recipe up. I know how to make it off the top of my head, so anyway, that's what you need. You need 4 2x insulated gold cable. Now those are made, well, that's one recipe for them. But you have this recipe right here, which I believe is a little cheaper. You go ahead and pre-make gold cables, which is just 3 gold ingots in a row, same with the copper cables, and you put 2 pieces of rubber, and you get a 2x insulated cable. So, now, that's the way just IndustrialCraft works. Recipes build upon themselves, and for higher tiers of energy, you need higher tiers of cabling. Oh wait, hold on. We need to make the energy crystals first. So we'll do this. And shabam, shabam. There we go. Let's go ahead and just bring these up here. You also need a machine block, which I have made right there. And you can see this is actually the, I forgot to mention this is the Red Power project table. It's like a crafting bench, but it has its own inventory. And as long as you have the materials you need for something in the inventory, you can put what you want to build here, and it won't clear this out until you've cleared out all your resources in its inventory. One thing you can also do is create these. This is a new thing. Create these plans. You get a blank plan by combining a piece of paper with a piece of indigo dye, and you just place it in the plan right in there. And if you want to save it without actually having to place the materials in here, you just click that button. Now, I don't plan on building a lot of MFEs, so I'm not going to save the plan, but I'll show you what it looks like. So for instance, we are going to make a piston. Take that plan, and you can see it highlights everything in red for what I don't have in the inventory. But if I had all this stuff, there would be like a slightly colored out. It's the same way with any eye when you click the question mark when you want to learn how to build something. It just places it in like a ghost silhouette over it, and you can see exactly what you need. But this one just allows you to automatically create as long as you have the items for the recipe in the inventory. It won't pull out of your player inventory, but it will pull out of its own inventory. And the project table, and I'll show you how it's made. Project table, and we got a lot of stuff there. Project table, it's 3 pieces of stone, 4 planks, a crafting table, and a chest. Pretty simple, and it's just because of the way it looks. You know, it's got little stone corners and stuff on it, but it's pretty simple. Anyway, let's go over here and hook our brand new MFE up. Now, I kept the bat box over here because it will work like a transformer, and the MFE power will go down into the bat box and it'll automatically convert down. As you can see, well, I don't have any coal. Let's go get some coal. Well, need to reverse this, and because like I said in the last episode, each IndustrialCraft machine has 1 way of outputting and 5 ways of inputting. So we just flip that like that, and it'll automatically switch the output to over there. And you can see I've done the same with over here. So we'll pick that up, and voila, put our compressor back down. I don't plan on using the compressor for a little bit, but I just didn't want to carry it around. And that's of course our generator, which doesn't have any power in it since I moved it. But we really don't need that right now, because we're going to set up the tanks to pump up lava and go geothermal. And these Railcraft tanks just store a lot more supply than the other tanks that come with, I think, Buildcraft. You know, these tanks, which are just 8 pieces of glass, and they're a lot cooler looking. So anyway, we get our iron tank wall, which is just 4 iron plates, the gauge, and the valve. Now the valve is important. You need the iron bars, the lever, the iron plates, and a lever. And you get 4 valves. Now you put the valve up to allow it to pump out. And the valve will interact with any mod's form of piping. For instance, Buildcraft and Red Power piping. So we're going to need, I believe, 2 of those. So we'll get the supplies for that one. Get 4 of these. I'm eventually going to have to make a chest to hold all my plans, just because they're going to start getting unwieldy. So, let's see. Let's get our plates out of here. Huh. Oh, okay. It doesn't use that. It's kind of like the project table in essence. It doesn't use the bare minimum of what you have in there for your recipe. So that's pretty useful. Anyway, let's go ahead and create a few of these. Tell you what, actually, let's go plan out how this is going to look. I'm not even worried about it being nighttime right now. Let's see, I need some blocks. Because I'm probably going to pump out of the bottom so I could run it into the basement here. So for instance, let's bring it right here. I think we'll do it. Oh man, how wide do I want to make this thing? I might end up having to move the Twilight portal. I think we'll do it 4 wide like this, and we'll go 4 high. There we go. So how much does this use? Okay, so we're going to need, well, the bottom is going to be tank, and then like this, and we'll take it up 1 more level, just so we have room for a lot of storage. Do I have my shovel? Yes, I do, thank God. So we're going to need quite a bit of tank wall here. And Shazam. Okay, so for regular tank wall, we're going to need 4. Tell you what, let me cut to a break. Let me cut to a quick break here. And I'm going to go take a look at what I need to set up this tank. So I will be right back with the information I need. Alright guys, we're back, and this is roughly how our tank is going to have to look. It comes in 4 different varieties. There's the 3x3, the 5x5, the 7x7, and a 9x9. Now, a 5x5 is plenty, because it's going to require 59 of the tank walls. We're going to need 32 tank glass and then 4 valves, because I'm going to put a valve in the middle of each window here. So let's go ahead over here, back to the house, and get to making this. Shouldn't be too difficult. So 59, let's see, we got 36 from that, we got 40, so we need to make a lot more. Go and grab another stack of iron. Let me dump some stuff from the inventory here. Just dump it in the junk chest right now. There we go. Now I can split this into 4 stacks and go back to our rolling machine. Well, bam, well, bam, well, bam, well, bam. There we go. Let it do its thing. Hopefully this will be enough tank wall. Enough iron plates to make the rest of what we need. Come on, do your thing. A little faster, please. That would be fantastic. Let's go see how our energy supplies are doing. Oh, not too bad. I did add another wind turbine up here because one just wasn't cutting it. So I've redecorated the roof a little bit You see, yeah, these as close as they could possibly be. I actually can't walk up there because that works as like a solid block, as you can see by the outline. So it's kind of a pain. And I haven't had to replace these yet because we're doing great on durability because they're not running constantly. Thankfully, since they turn themselves off when not needed. So that's not too big a deal. Alright, let's see what we get here now. Okay, let me go grab the other tank walls out of here. I accidentally dumped them. So well, let's go ahead and get 60 of these. There we go. That'll keep us in business for those. And now, let's see, the valve, we need levers. Let's just put all that away for a moment. We're going to need 4 levers, 4 sticks, and 4 cobblestone. Shazam. And once again, the valve is iron bars, iron plates. Now we don't, thankfully, since it makes 4 each time, this isn't going to be too difficult. Bam, there we go, we got that. Oh yeah, I didn't need 4 levers. Sorry, having an off day. Anyway, I keep wanting to sort this inventory, but it won't sort, so. Now the next step is the glass. So we need glass panes. Which, do I have any glass in my inventory? No, I do not. Which means I dumped it over here. There we go. Now we won't need too many of these. Let's go grab the rest of our plates out of here. And we're going to need 32 plates. So, which means we're going to need 2 stacks like this because you get 16 out of each stack. Actually, no, that's going to be wrong. Let's just see how many I can get in one run here. Yeah, so it didn't have enough. Okay, let's make another stack of these. And we still don't have enough tank walls. Whew, this is an expensive thing. But it's using up all this iron that we got, so, which isn't that bad a thing. Gonna cut it like this. I don't want to use all of the iron. Get a little bit more water. Oh, that would be my knuckles. A little bit of nerdthritis from what I call it. For what I call it. All right. See, that might get us through. Okay, so plan this. I should probably make plans for these, but I really don't think I'll be making that many of them. Where did I put? Oh, there they are. There we go. That should hopefully be enough. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Where's the sun at? It's getting kind of low. I might cut for another break in the bed, but I'm going to try not to. Let's go ahead and cut down this dirt structure. Well, dig down the dirt structure. You can also see I've planted a couple great wood trees just to keep the V's high in the area. I know just enough about Thaumcraft to know that V's is good. So alright, let's get our tank walls on the ground here, our valves, and those. So we're gonna go like this. 5. Now, I'm not quite sure if I have to fill... Oop, didn't go far enough out. Damn it. I'm not sure if I have to fill in that part, so let's go ahead and take this up. Tell you what, I'm gonna cut for a second and go sleep. I accidentally pressed the button. So let's run over here. And okay, and back. Just didn't want to get ganked by monsters while trying to build this. So anyway, we'll come over here. Go like this. Well, I'm not gonna be able to get that one. Okay, now that is 5 high, so, well, almost 5 high. So we gotta do this, and I'll probably have to fill in the middle here. Ow. Yeah, we're gonna have to fill in the top and the bottom. Oh boy, I actually don't have enough tank. How did that happen? Must have miscalculated. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to miscalculate that. Oh well. Come over here, make just a few more pieces. There we go. Come on, run, dude. You have more than enough food. Okay, so let's go like this. Put our tank walls in. I mean, our tank gauges. That's what they're called, the gauge. So, come like this. Oh, I just kind of trapped myself in here. Did not mean to do that. Go. Put a valve in. Put a valve in. Put another valve in. And a valve. There we go. And it solidifies itself. Now I can right click on it. And you can see this thing can hold 2 million. Now a bucket is 1,000. So that means we can hold, I don't even know how many buckets. 20,000 buckets. So that's going to be a lot of lava. So I believe that's where I'm going to stop for the episode. And I'm just going to work on getting everything set up off camera to pump. And I'm probably going to record another episode tomorrow when I get home from work. So you guys should be seeing this episode by the time I'm recording the next one. With that, I'm going to refill my food. And while I do, I'm going to say goodnight. I thank you all for your eyes, your ears, your patience, and dealing with my stupidity. And now I go to edit a lot of video files together. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.